Hi. Nobody is here. Makes sense, I haven't streamed in a while. So yeah, I'm, streaming Phoenix Wright again. But this time, I'm gonna do the second game. I don't know what we would be continuing. We wouldn't be continuing any new game. Alright, good, it looks fine. Even though it doesn't look fine. But it looks fine. The double black bars. For some reason. Can't really fix that. Like, I could stretch the thing, but it doesn't. It makes it look really weird. Alright. I don't even know if my audio is good. It looks good. Maybe turn this up a bit though. That seems a bit better. I want the audio to be good. Alright. Sure. Play the Lost Turnabout? Grr, how did I get into this mess? That's far enough! You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh no, it's the judge. What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. But I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title. What a nightmare. I bet it was this ringtone that caused it. I really shouldn't be dozing off right before a trial starts anyway. Huh? Looks like they hung up. Ah, good. I finally found it. Talk about a close call. I hate to do this to you, but it's nothing personal, Mr. Attorney. A few minutes later... Ouch, my head, it's throbbing. Why does it feel so foggy in there? Good morning. Ack. Good morning. What's wrong? You don't look well. People are at their best first thing in the morning. Where's that fighting spirit? Sorry, but can you please turn the cheeriness down? My head sort of hurts. Roger that. Am I in trouble or something? Huh? Trouble? Wait, never mind. You're a policewoman, right? I thought maybe I had done something wrong. What are you talking about? I'm the one in trouble. What? I'm placing my life in your hands today, Mr. Phoenix, right? He doesn't even know who he's defending. Life in my hands? You promised me. You said you would prove that I was not guilty. Not guilty? Just when I thought all hope was lost, when all the other lawyers had laughed me off. Leave it to me, you said. You, the one and only Phoenix Wright, came to save the day. And just like that, I was moved to tears, sir. I'll never forget what you're doing for me, ever. What is this girl babbling about? Actually, I really love to watch court proceedings, and I always root for you to win. When I'm off duty, I like to come here and... What's wrong? You've been acting really strange, and you keep staring at me. You're making me kind of nervous, sir. Oh, sorry. I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So this might sound bad, but who are you? What? Mr. Wright, how can you say that? How can you do this to the fragile heart of a girl about to go on trial? You're absolutely horrible. No, I mean, I didn't mean it like that. Is this how a defense attorney treats his client, sir? I can't believe this. No, it's just... Well, I think you have the wrong person. Yes? Who am I? Why am I drawing a blank? The trial will begin shortly. Will the defendant and her lawyer please proceed to the courtroom immediately? The trial is about to start. I'm counting on you in there, okay? I guess I must have amnesia. I'll just play it cool. Let's see. What can I piece together? Hey, it's like that other visual novel I played. From the sound of things, it's probably safe to say that I'm a defense attorney. And that girl, I said I'd prove her not guilty. I can't believe I made such an irresponsible promise. Someone please. Tell me this is just a bad dream. Why do I get the feeling this is one dream I won't be waking up from? Gulp. Alright, it's fine, we're going up against... dumb guy. Payne? Is that his name? He's not that good. I mean... who would win? A bad... prosecutor or... a defense attorney with amnesia? I don't know. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. What is it, Mr. Wright? Oh, I see why they did this. Because they have to go through the tutorial again. Are you talking to me? Do you see any other defense attorneys here? I guess not. Now then, are you ready? No. What if I said no? Would that be alright? Of course it wouldn't. Then why bother asking to begin with? Actually, you see, Your Honor, my memory is kind of... The court will not hear the defense's excuses. Because the defendant is a member of the police, this case is under great scrutiny. Therefore, we must make this trial fair but swift. I believe I have told you this before. I hope you're not telling me you've forgotten. Actually, I have. Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Yes, Your Honor. As I'm sure you're well aware, the defendant is accused of killing her lover. What's worse, her lover was a fellow police officer. A policeman? You did what to a policeman? It wasn't me. And besides, Dustin and I, we weren't lovers like that. In any case, the prosecution will prove that the guilty party is none other than the defendant. Very well. Mr. Payne, please call your first witness. It's been a while, Mr. Wright. Let's see what you've learned since last time. Nothing. I have amnesia. I won't show you any mercy this time, rookie. Okay. And who are you again? The prosecution calls Detective Dick Gumshoe to the stand. Here we go. Don't let me down, Mr. Wright. Nowhere to hide. I'm so dead. Witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Why am I getting a southern accent for him? You don't look very well, detective. Well, sir, the defendant, she works under me, so you know. You work under that detective? Yes, sir. And while I was a trainee, he was always watching out for me, sir. He's such a wonderful guy, sir. I see where she gets her, dialogue from. I'll never forget what he's done for me. Okay, calm down, I believe you. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Yes, sir. It happened at the park near headquarters. Expose Park. The victim was one of the local cops, Dustin Prince. He was pushed down from the benches on the upper path, sir. The landing beat his body up bad and snapped his neck. The details are listed in the report that was distributed yesterday. Ah, yes. This autopsy report, correct? Oh, hey. Can I not examine it? I remember when I could examine things with Emma. I found this in my pocket, but I don't remember what it means or how I got there. Or how it got there. Time of death, 9/6 at 6:28. Cause, broken neck. Body was also covered in bruises. Well, why was it covered? I guess it was he fell, but... Found under the victim's body, pieces of nearsighted lenses were found nearby. Yes. This autopsy report, correct? Why do I not remember getting a copy? I see everything is in order here. Even the estimated time of death is unusually well documented. Victim's watch stopped at the impact of the landing, sir. The results of the autopsy confirmed the time of death. If I may, Your Honor, the prosecution would like to submit this photograph. Very well, the court accepts it into evidence. Crime photo 1 added to the court record. Now then, I recall at yesterday's preliminary hearing, a very important piece of evidence was brought to our attention. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Yes, I guess. Mr. Wright, is your head on right today? It was a very crucial piece of evidence found under the victim's body. Was there... Have you lost your mind? Well, actually, it's just nerves. Give me a second. What? How can you talk like such an amateur? I thought you were a pro, sir. Alright, sir, I'll help you through this. At a time like this, maybe you ought to take a glance at the court record. This. No. Oh, backspace. Court record? Yup. Info about evidence and people involved with this case are all listed there, sir. Oh, let's look at the people. You can look at the court record by pressing tab. Totally broke my immersion. Tab, huh? You really know what you're talking about, don't you? Too bad I'm a cop, right? Just think, I could totally be a legal aid instead. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Court is in session. Save your chit-chat for later. Sorry, Your Honor. Well, I guess I'd better check the court record and see what I can find. What was it again? Tab? Alright, Mr. Wright, let's see if your notes are in order. What was the piece of evidence found underneath the victim's body? Badge. No. That's simple, Your Honor. A broken pair of glasses. That's right. The victim grabbed his killer's glasses as he was being shoved, sir, and held onto them as he fell. Hey, why are you giving me the evil eye? Those glasses you're wearing. Yes, this is my spare pair. But those glasses they found at the scene of the crime are not mine, I swear, sir. You sure about that? Look, it was a coincidence that on that same day I accidentally stepped on mine. A coincidence, she says. Irk. Your Honor, I have further evidence to present. Oh, you have more? And this evidence is very decisive. Very well. We have a witness, who is the one who actually did it. Most likely. Let's hear from our witness about this evidence. There is something even more incriminating than the glasses under the victim's body, sir. During his gait, the victim was pushed from the bench area, but he managed to write the culprit's name on the ground where he landed. Oh, great. I don't like saying it, but this makes no sense. He snapped his neck. How could he have possibly written this? I don't like saying it, but it was clearly the defendant's name, Maggie, sir. With this piece of evidence, like, it's instantaneous death. There's no way he survived. With this piece of evidence and the glasses, it's hard not to say she's the culprit. This is a picture of the writing, Your Honor. Why, this is... Yes, I can see her name is clearly written here. But who wrote it? The prosecution would like to submit this picture. Understood. The court accepts it into evidence. As if the glasses alone didn't make you look suspicious. The victim even wrote your name. He didn't write her name. Clear as day on the ground. But, I already told you those glasses aren't mine. And how do you explain his dying message? It's a conspiracy. I'm not guilty, sir. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. What's cross-examine again? This is it. I'm counting on you. Sure, but what am I supposed to do? What? This isn't like you at all. Normally, this is the part where you get in the witnesses' faces. Get in their faces and do what? I guess there's no way around it. Okay, I'm going to lend you a hand. The prosecution's witnesses all hide things from the court. Which means they lie from time to time. Lie? But isn't that detective your superior? Well, even if they don't mean to lie, sometimes people just remember things wrong. Like that detective. He does sort of look like a scatterbrain. Doesn't matter, either way, it's bad for us, sir. That's why when you question witnesses, you have to find and expose their lies. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Talk about trial by fire. Here goes nothing. As long as I can expose the lies, we should be alright. Hold it! The culprit's name? Yeah. I was surprised too, because they died instantaneously. I don't know how they could have possibly wrote it. I didn't want to believe it, but... Was the name that of my client? I don't think that's correct. How are they not? Ah. I might have to... It might be one of those weird things where I have to press all of the things. About those glasses. Do you have any proof that those belong to my client? The lenses are for nearsightedness and are almost the same strength as hers. Even the frames look kinda like the ones she's wearing in her ID, pal. What should I do now? Hold it. Almost and kinda are not good enough in a case like this. You have more definitive proof. There's something that clearly links the defendant with those glasses. The dirt and sand rubbed out any traces of fingerprints or anything else. What you are saying, detective, is that you have nothing that proves those glasses are my client's. Something like that. What? I see, so there is no proof. Wow, that was amazing! I could totally feel it, down to my gut. Now you're sure he was pushed and that's how he fell? Yeah, pal. If you look at the wounds on the victim's body, there's no way it was anything else. Please continue with your testimony, detective. Anyway, the victim fell pretty far. Are you absolutely certain? Sorry, pal, but that's what it said. This is a picture of it. No matter which way you look at it, it says Maggie. Well, actually, if I look at it upside down, it says something else. And if I look at it sideways, no. He's got a point. Hey, hold on! Huh? Don't me! I know the picture says Maggie, but now that she mentions it, something does feel kind of off about this picture. That's how you know you found a contradiction. Now hurry up and present some evidence. So that's what spotting a contradiction feels like. I'd better check the court record again. No, that wasn't it? Come on. How could he have possibly... Why isn't it in this image? That's another contradiction. Alright, I think I just have to press a lot. And you are certain that it was the victim who wrote the name on the ground. There we go. That's what I wanted to ask him. There were scratches on his fingerprints from the rough sand, and there were grains of sand stuck under his pointer fingernail. Certainly seems that the name was written by the victim himself. That didn't go well. If the writer really was the victim himself, then we're in a lot of trouble. Don't give up. Keep that fighting spirit going. I'm glad you're all pumped up, but I really want to see your special move, sir. My what? You always look so cool when you present evidence. Present evidence? Oh, that present evidence. Actually, I was just thinking about that. Yes, the great Phoenix Wright is back. Oh, that's right. Huh? I heard that lately you can present not only evidence, but people's profiles as well. Ah yes, new game mechanics. It sure makes things a bit more complicated, so be careful, sir. People's profiles, huh? Let's look at the profiles. Alright, let's give this another try. What is it that they want me to... Because there's an obvious contradiction here, but that's obviously not what they want. That's obviously not it. Wait. It's misspelled! I just realized that. That's why she mentioned the profile thing. What is it? What's come over me? Without thinking, I just blurted out, "Objection!" and yelled it at the top of my lungs, finger outstretched, ready to take on my opponent. What a rush! Detective Gumshoe! You talking to me, pal? Please state the defendant's name for me. What are you trying to prove with this futile exercise, Mr. Wright? You'll see, this is a very crucial line of questioning. Actually, Mr. Payne, you can answer. The defendant's name, if you please. Where is this ridiculous question coming from? The defendant's, name is, Maggie Bird. I think someone needs to check the court record. What? It says right here that it's Maggie Bird. Ah! Looks like the bird caught the cat napping. What's going on here? I have no idea either, sir. As you can see, the victim did indeed leave a name, Maggie. However, the defendant's name is actually spelled Maggie. This is very confusing and speaking out loud. This is a blatant contradiction of facts. Oh! How about that? I hadn't even noticed. But maybe the victim didn't know how to spell her name correctly. How? Why? He's dating her. May I remind you that it was you who said the defendant is accused of killing her lover. If they were truly lovers, it would be impossible for him to have not known her name. No! This is very true. Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor? Are you absolutely certain that the defendant and the victim, Dustin Prince, were in fact lovers? Yes, I'm quite certain, Your Honor. They were a well-known couple in the police force. Detective Gumshoe, please testify for the court the relationship between the victim and the defendant. Yes, sir. Officer Prince and Officer Bird had been going out for about half a year. Sounded like they were even talking about marriage. The day of the incident just happened to be the victim's birthday, sir. Officer Bird had gotten Officer Prince a present. It was something she said something she had bought over 2 months ago. I should know, 'cause she came to me to ask what she should get for him. Oh, those two sound like they were close. Nevertheless, tragedy struck. Yes, I see. You may cross-examine the witness, Mr. Wright. Alright, my mic looks fine. I don't have anyone to check my mic working properly. About half a year. Nothing wrong there. Sounds like they were even talking about marriage. I don't see why that would be a contradiction. Just the day of the incident just happened to be the victim's birthday. So his birthday is at 9/6. The day of the incident? You mean September 6th? Hey, that was 10 days ago. Yeah. The victim, Officer Prince, had just gotten off duty at 5:30 p.m. that day. And since Maggie's night shift hadn't started yet, they went to the park for a bit. I remember when I was young and in love. Oh, it was a jolly time. That's great, Your Honor. I'm glad you're such a cheerful old man. You seem to know a lot about the defendant. Well, that's because, I'm her boss, and I've gotta watch out for my subordinates. But even what she was going to give as a present? Isn't that going a bit too far? Hey pal, watch what you say. I know everything that happens under me. Someone so much as scratches their... I really don't need to know that much. Mr. Wright, please refrain from badgering the witness. I agree. Even if this witness has a crush on the defendant. That should not be the point of discussion at this time. Whoa, wait a second, why are we talking about this? It's all your fault, pal. You're guilty. Guilty, guilty. I should have arrested you. I think the good detective is about done here. Over 2 months ago? Yep. She's a very considerate woman, pal. So, what was this birthday present? You got him a glove. Was he wearing it? Where is his glove? A single glove? Why would she only give him one? It's obviously like... I don't know. Some sort of sport glove? Actually, Your Honor, the glove in question is a baseball glove, yeah. Oh, I see, a baseball glove. Officer Prince was a huge baseball fan. A baseball glove, Do I see any contradictions about the baseball glove? Well, he's not wearing it, obviously. Why wasn't it at the scene of the crime? Press further. Just now, I believe you said the present was something she had bought over 2 months ago? Yeah? Are you saying she bought the glove at a store that far in advance? Nah, nothing like that, pal. Then what is it like? She ordered it. It was custom made. Custom made? Aw, here we go with the one-of-a-kind items. Gonna be like, oh, they bought it in a store, but no, they didn't. Custom made. The glove was custom made? Yep, that's what I said. So the glove was custom made. Yeah, I've been saying that. Your Honor, I really don't see how this glove is related to the case. Yes, it would seem that there is little relevance. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Do you think this glove is really relevant to this case? Of course it's relevant! I don't know where this will lead me, but... Of course it is relevant. That glove is the key to this whole case. Yes, bluffing to the max! I don't think you should be yelling that out loud in court. Now this is the Mr. Wright I know. I'm so happy you're back, sir. I was wondering how long it'd take. This is great. Pressing people. Feels like I've done this before. As if I used to do this to squeeze information from even the most tight-lipped people. Very well. You are that convinced? Let's hear some more about the matter. Actually, I brought the glove with me today. And? Why didn't you say so earlier? Hurry and show the glove to the court. Well, I didn't think it had anything to do with this case. Anyway, this is it, sir. This is rather yellow, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like bananas. Officer Prince really liked the color yellow. That's why you had to special order it? Well, the black and white photo, I can't really tell. Yep, that's right. That and one other reason. Well, what's the one other reason? I think this court has heard enough. It is clear the victim and the defendant were involved with each other. Yes, that's correct, Your Honor. Now, if that is true, it brings up an important question. Was the name Maggie really written by the victim? I see your point, Your Honor. Detective Gumshoe, please tell the court a little more about the name on the ground. Yes, sir. We first looked into the handwriting. Unfortunately, we couldn't confirm that it was the victim's handwriting. Next, we checked the victim's pointer finger. Found that there was sand trapped under the victim's fingernail. There were also scratches on his skin that were caused by him writing on the ground. From this, we could confirm that the victim wrote this name with his right hand. But how do you know he wrote it? Yes, a perfectly logical conclusion. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Thank you, Your Honor. I like how I just say, oh, it's important to the case. No evidence presented, it's just, oh, the baseball glove is important to the case. Yeah, okay. Yep, we'll accept it into evidence. Writing on the ground. Isn't that weird? Also, hold on, I'll be right back. Back with a snack. Press. So in the end, you couldn't confirm it. Hey, don't you look down on us. I told you, we're not a bunch of simpletons, pal. Everyone knows you can't find out everything you want with scientific investigation. But that's what MS Guy was all about. Scientific investigation. I've never heard of that before. Me neither. Nor I. I never heard anything like that at the police academy, sir. Okay, so I made it up. Anyway. His pointer finger? How do you know he wrote it with his pointer finger? Pretty obvious at this point. You know, the one you're always pointing and waving around in people's faces? Ah ha ha. Don't tell me it bothers you. Every time you do it, I have a mini heart attack. It's like you're trying to kill me, pal. In any case, you examined the victim's index finger, correct? Yeah. Figured there should be something on its finger if he had been writing in the sand. And the results? And what does that prove? Well, it proves that he did write that name with his own finger. How do you know he did it, though? Yes, which explains why there was sand stuck under his nail. I guess he's right. And there's more. There were also scratches on his skin that were caused by him writing on the ground. Scratches on his skin? Yep, you can't see them with your naked eye, but they're there. That is incredible! Sure is. That's the power of scientific investigation. Didn't you just say something bad about it before? They're so small that we had to use a magnifying glass, like a really strong one. You mean a microscope? Got that really scientific sounding name. You mean a microscope? Yeah, that's it. We used one of those, and that's how we found them. I can't believe this guy doesn't know what a microscope is. Here we go with the specifics. He's gonna get it wrong. This is a right-handed glove. He wrote with his right hand. Looks fine there. Are you absolutely sure? I believe in the power of science. I wonder if my evidence is solid enough to counter with. Listening to this, you would think that there was only one conclusion. I can't really tell. What angle is this? Right-handed, right? Looks right-handed. That the name was definitely written by the victim. But don't you think that would be really strange, sir? If Justin really wrote that message with his right hand, do you think I would have gone through that much trouble to get him his present? The present? What about it? Obviously I have to present it here. But I don't understand. I mean, I don't really play baseball, so, maybe because the glove is on his right hand, that means he would normally be left-handed. Because, I mean, I don't think you throw the ball with the glove, you throw the ball with your other hand. Meaning, surely, the glove would be on your non-dominant hand. Meaning he would be left-handed. Present! Detective Gumshoe, take a look at this. That's the glove, right? Could you tell the court what is special about this glove? What's special? Never really thought about it, but, it's really yellow, and that's about it. No, look at what hand it goes on. Yes, it's really yellow, but that's only one of its qualities. Huh? There's another reason why it's special. And what would that be? It's very simple. This glove is made for a left-handed person. Left-handed? Why, you're absolutely right! It sounds funny because left-handed and then right. This glove is made to be worn on the right hand. That is why it had to be custom made. I have never seen a bright yellow left-hander's glove for sale, have you? Well, no. So, detective, which hand did the victim use to write the name with again? That's easy. Look, it's obvious from this picture. It was his... wait a sec. Don't forget the victim was left-handed. Ah! I object. Overruled. Maybe he was good with both hands. But I don't know why he would need a special glove then. Mr. Wright, I would like to know what your line of reasoning proves. There is only one conclusion that can be drawn. A left-handed person could not have written a message with his right hand. Well, he could, but it would look definitely not as nice as it looked in that image. Therefore, the person who wrote the name Maggie could not have been the victim. Order, order! When you think about it that way, then yes. It is not possible that this name is written by the victim himself. Then that means Maggie is... No! It's not possible! Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor? The evidence the prosecution has presented has failed to prove the defendant's guilt. In fact, I believe you have proven her to be innocent. No! Alright, you did it, Mr. Wright. Ooh, I feel like I can breathe again. Seems that we have reached the conclusion. You did a fine job once again, Mr. Wright. Me, Your Honor? Ah, well, thank you, sir. See, you got complimented by the judge again. You're really good. And that's why you can't give up being a lawyer, sir. Are you joking? I'm more than ready to retire. I will now announce my verdict. This court finds defendant Maggie Bird. No, not yet. I mean, please give me a few more minutes, Your Honor. I just have to do some rearranging of the evidence. Some enhancing of the evidence. Or maybe I'll find a witness to claim that he saw the victim draw it with his right hand. Or maybe he'll explain why he wrote it with his right hand. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Payne? The prosecution is not finished yet. What do you mean? We would like to call our next witness. Oh, great. Nani? And what did this witness witness? The moment the victim was pushed to his death. Yeah, he witnessed it when he pushed him off the sidewalk. What's more, he saw the very face of the culprit himself. What the heck? Order in the court. I believe a recess is in order. Afterward, we will hear from this new witness. I had a feeling that was a bit too easy. I need a bit more information. I'll have to see what I can find out during this recess. Can't let my guard down. It's only going to get tougher from here. Court is adjourned for recess. Continued. Amnesia? I can't believe my lawyer's trying to defend me in such a state. Why didn't you tell me, sir? I'm sorry, I didn't mention it to you. Oh, I know what to do. I heard you can fix something like this with a really strong shock to your system. Let me get a fire hydrant and whack you over the head with it. Come on, lower your head a little. A Maggie kick should be all you need. No thanks. No. I think I'll pass on this one. Come on. I'm sorry. Whenever I see someone in trouble, I have a hard time leaving them alone. I tend to stick my nose where it doesn't belong and try to tackle everyone's problems. While my head's one problem, you won't be tackling today. Well, we're here to solve your problem first. We can deal with mine later. Now, do you think you can fill me in on a few things? Of course. I'd be honored to. Well, I guess we'll start with my name, and then I can tell you about me. No, that's okay, really. I think I know you and your name pretty well by now. I was wondering if you could help me figure out a few things about myself. So my name is Phoenix Wright. Right? What a weird name. This is serious. You really don't remember. I'll tell you what, sir. You can have this back. And maybe it'll help. This is a business card? I got this from you. My most prized possession. You can borrow it for now, but please give it back, okay? Okay. There are some numbers written on the back. Maybe Maya will help. Oh, that's your cell phone. Can't forget Maya. It's my business card. Hand wrote my cell phone number on the back. I guess for now we should stop talking about me. And start talking about this case. This case? Yep, can you think of anything that would be helpful for me to know? What can I tell you? I can't think of anything other than the incident with that cell phone, but... Cell phone? Yeah, your eyes lit up when you talked about it at the detention center, sir. Hurry up then and tell me, this might be very important. Okay, Roger. It was on the day of the crime, just before 6 p.m. I picked up a lost cell phone while I was on a walk with Dustin. Oh hey, she's wearing a blue Badger shirt. All of a sudden the phone began to ring. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. This is yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. I'll be right there. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name. You can call me Maggie. Oh, no. We agreed to meet up at 6 p.m. Dustin and I waited for the person to show up. But they never did. Where is the phone that you found now? I gave it to you yesterday. Huh? To me? Is that the phone in my pocket? You mean this? Do you think it has anything to do with the murderer? I don't really know. If my eyes lit up... Ah! You were here all along! You're so mean! Oh hey, it's Maya. Question mark, question mark, question mark. I called you 1,000,000 times, but you wouldn't pick up. When I went to check in the courtroom, everyone had already left. Ack. Now who in the heck is this? Let me guess, I'm supposed to know this girl too. Hey, good morning, Maggie. And good morning to you, too, Maya. So, how's it going? Is there a word for worse than abysmal? Oh, and what if I said that everything will be fine? That's right, it's Maya to the rescue with the ultra-decisive super important evidence. Here you are, Nick. The thing you wanted me to bring. Huh? Oh, thanks. What the heck is this? A list? There's about 20 people's names on and phone numbers written on it. It was kind of tough, but I managed to dig up some dirt. Looks like these guys are up to no good. No good, as in... There's a group of con artists the police are currently investigating. I think these guys are members of that group. Why would a group of con artists pop up in a case like this? Don't look at me! And where did you get this list from in the first place? What? You don't you remember, Nick? You're the one who asked me to look this up yesterday. Oh, is that right? These numbers were in the memory of that phone Maggie found. That's where they're from. You're awfully forgetful these days, Nick. I hope I never get to be a forgetful old prune like you. Maya, actually, Mr. Wright is... Mr. Wright, recess is over! Please bring the defendant and return to the courtroom immediately. Oh, oops, guess you have to get going. We can talk about you being old later, Nick. Wish us luck. Guess I have all the pieces now, more or less. All that's left is to put it all together. I'm not going to lose this. I can't. Come on, Nick. Better get a move on. Yeah. Be right back. Court will now reconvene. Please call your next witness to the stand, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. But before I do, I may say a few words. What is it, Mr. Payne? It's about the next witness. He has a tendency to say things that rub people the wrong way, you see. So I asked that the court might be a little lenient on. There's no need to give a preface. Just hurry up and call your witness, please. Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution calls its next witness. A drifter who was taking a walk in the park on the day of the murder. Please state your name for the court, witness. Hey, it's that guy who hit me with the fire extinguisher. Before I do, I'd like to clarify a little something. Huh? Oh, alright, go ahead. Just now, you introduced my wonderful self to the court, correct? Perhaps as a drifter who was taking a walk? Did I? But I will not stand for that. Now you've tinted the court's eyes and colored me wrong. I suppose calling me... Yes, I understand. I'm very sorry. I will be more careful from now on. What is he? A human chatterbox? Ugh, I have to question him? Fashion, cars, women, glasses, and all... Of course, university. First rates only need apply. Glasses? But you aren't wearing glasses. That's enough. Your name, witness. Oh, is that how you want to play this? Using your power and influence to keep the young people down? I see how you work now. You old people and your dirty tricks. You thought you had me, but you thought wrong. What is with this guy? I'm sorry, it won't happen again. Judge! Oh man. I forgive you. Alright, I suppose I can tell you my name. I am Richard Wellington, the drifting virtuoso. I don't know how to say his last name, or his name. It's not his last name, it's just his nickname. With a PhD in drifting, as it were. PhD in drifting? I don't have his profile. If you wanted to, you could call me a university student in transit. Ahem, Mr. Wellington. On the day of the murder, you were taking, strolling through the park, correct? It would appear that you are attached to that word. If you must, then by all means. But I remind you that I am in no way a prepubescent boy out on a walk with mommy. If you must, anyway, please testify to this court what you saw during your walk through the park. See, you said it again, taking a walk. You know what you witnessed will do, Mr. Wellington. I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life situation. I don't remember the time all that well, but I do believe it was past 6 p.m. Past 6 p.m.? This is past 6 p.m. All of a sudden, a police officer falls from above right in front of my eyes. Without a thought, I looked up, and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. Of course, I remember her sweet face. It was that of the pretty defendant there. And the only other thing I saw was the banana that fell with the police officer. The banana? What banana? You mean this thing? That was certainly a decisive testimony. Decisive? Nick, do you hear what he just said? A banana! Yeah. That's all you have to say? How can you be so calm? It's strange, my mind is very calm and clear. Maybe it's because I believe in my client. You mean Maggie? Yes, and if she really is innocent, then that can only mean one thing. That guy is lying. You may now question the witness, Mr. Wright. I'll find out the truth, no matter how well you craft your lies. How do you know it was a police officer? And how did you know he was a police officer? You obviously have no idea how powerful my deductive reasoning skills are. What kind of answer is that? I mean, his hat fell down. With one glance, I could tell just what kind of occupation he held. That shoddy do-it-yourself... And I suppose it was also because he was wearing an officer's uniform. Shouldn't that statement have come first? Wow, that's pretty impressive. Hey Nick, you think he's figured out what I do? Even I haven't figured that out yet. Are you sure you got a good look at her face? Animals have this thing called an eye, Mr. Wright. They use this eye to see things. In the case of humans, we have two of them. Yes, even you. I don't care if I have them or not. Did you or did you not get a clear look at her face? That's what the witness was just about to get to. I would like to request that Mr. Wright not use such a loud voice during questioning. Sustained. Mr. Wright, please refrain from raising your voice in this court. And please don't make me have to raise my voice. Are you finished? I'd like to continue if that's alright with you. So you're sure you are not mistaken? Please, don't confuse your pitiful train wreck of a life with mine. I'm what you call a famous brand name product, while you are only a cheap imitation. There is no way someone as magnificent as myself could have made a mistake. That's not it. Of course, of course. Oh ho ho, of course. Did you notice anything else of interest, witness? The banana? Well, it was actually more than just one. It looked more like a bunch of bananas. Now, what would a bunch of bananas be doing there? Why would I know such a thing? I'm only telling you what I saw. That's really strange. Maggie never mentioned anything about a bunch of bananas. That's it, Nick. He's gotta be lying about the bananas. He could be, but there's no reason for him to lie about there being bananas at the crime scene. And what if it's not a lie? Well, maybe he thought it was seeing one thing and he was seeing something else. He mistook something else. Yeah, I know. Be an inaccuracy. Think, Phoenix. Think. My client is innocent. There's no way he could have seen what he says he did. It means if he can somehow show he's lying, yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. He's right. Got a sharp mind, but I just wish I could remember who she is. Is everything okay, Nick? Mr. Wellington, I believe I have the bananas you saw right here. Ah, so you knew about the bananas too. Why didn't you say so earlier? But don't think you can use this as a way to pull more information out of me. That's where you'd be wrong. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Isn't that the baseball glove? What? A baseball glove? Doesn't it look delicious? Care for a bite? That's not... It's a... No! Your Honor, I think this proves one very important fact. This witness loves bananas. Has bad eyesight. Knows nothing about baseball. I think the only thing that would really help me here is has bad eyesight. By the way, just how bad are your eyes? Huh? Why are you asking me about this all of a sudden? Your Honor, it is very simple to mistake a glove for a bunch of bananas. No, I don't think so. Objection overruled. You're the one of those people. Yes, you know what I mean. You're like those people who... And that is why I asked you how bad your eyesight is. They're both 2200! Wait, that's not good, is it? You only have 20 out of 200? I suppose you're going to tell me that's terrible, right? Actually it is. Why are you not wearing your glasses today, then? That's because I lost them recently, you see. They were, I accidentally stepped on them. Of course, I was planning on getting a new pair made right away. But you know, my glasses are no ordinary glasses, so to replace them... How about when you witnessed a crime? Were you wearing your glasses then? How about it, witness? You are an unrelenting evil man. You like those people... This guy really likes talking. Which boils down to you were not wearing your glasses at that time. Therefore, the identity of the woman at the scene of the crime and that of the defendant cannot be proven to be the same by this witness. But the height difference was only 9 feet. It was very possible for him to see the face of the culprit standing on the upper path. Witness. Please be more accurate in your testimony. Remember, a person's life is at stake. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, please continue with your testimony. Please tell the court what happened next, in the moments after you witnessed the crime. The girl on the upper path ran away as soon as she realized I was there. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. It must have been at 6:45 when I made the call. How are you so accurate? They must have a lot of free time on their hands since they showed up within 10 minutes. So the person who was on the upper path saw you and then ran away. Yes, that is correct. Which is why even someone without a superior brain like mine can understand that. That girl is the murderer. You may question the witness now, Mr. Wright. Immediately? As in immediately. I mean, sure, a minute might have elapsed before I did, but that's the duty of every good citizen. Or did they not teach that at your pitiful school? You think people learn about how to call the police in college? Hey Nick, I think you should take a look at the court record for a sec. Just because I'm going to present the thing, even though I don't know if that's actually going to be correct. Oh, it was. Mr. Wellington, would you please take a look at this? I mean the victim's autopsy report? According to this, the murder occurred at 6:28 p.m. So what of it? You said that you called the police immediately after the murder took place. However, by the time you had called the police, it was already 6:45 p.m. This is clearly a 15-minute gap here. Do you deny it? Ack. I think this court would like to hear what you were doing during this 15-minute gap. Grrr. The witness was in shock at the time after witnessing a terrible murder. It was only to be expected that he would be a little dazed. 15 minutes is hardly what I would call a little dazed. Mr. Wellington. Yes? Explain yourself. What were you doing during those 15 minutes? Answer the question. Spit it out! I was searching for a telephone booth. A phone booth? You mean you don't have a cell phone? You and your questions, as if you're trying to open all the layers of a matrio doll. I don't know how to say that. Is it one of those Russian dolls? Russian nesting dolls? You must think you're really something special. Witness. I lost my cell phone. There. Are you happy? You lost it. Unbelievable. You lose your glasses and your cell phone? You must be a very scatterbrained when it comes to your belongings. What? Are you saying that first-rate people are never allowed to lose things? Haven't you ever heard? Here we go again. Enough! Oh man, oh man. Wait, hold on a sec. He lost his cell phone? Nick, that cell phone, could it be? You mean this phone Maggie found? There's no way! Boy, I didn't see this coming. What should I do now? Obviously, you should question further. Mr. Wellington, where is your cell phone right now? What are you getting all excited about? You seem to be a little confused. I found my cell phone. I'll have you know. See, here it is. Oh, I see. What are you getting so smug about? Looks like he's got his phone. And I thought that was just maybe this was his. Well then, I think we've cleared this issue up. At the time of the murder, the witness did not have his cell phone because he had lost it. Therefore, the delay in this call was caused by the search for a phone booth. Well, that's the gist of it. I guess you could put it that way and leave it at that. Do you have any further questions, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, the witness's testimony does not make any sense. I don't believe that there was ever a need for the witness to search for a phone. How dare you? Can't just make outrageous claims like that. You do have some sort of proof, don't you? Well, yeah, of course. This evidence should be good enough, I think. Alright, let's have this proof then. Please present proof that the witness had no need to search for a public phone booth. This phone. It's very simple. This is the evidence that backs up my claim. And yet again you have presented this court with an obtuse, meaningless item. Well, hey, didn't get punished. So, he fell right next to a phone booth. Yeah. It's quite simple, actually. Please take a look at this. At the crime scene photo? Is there a problem with it? Oh, there's nothing wrong with the picture. But if you don't understand my logic after looking at it, something is wrong with you! No! It's a phone booth. That is correct. The defendant had to do... All the defendant had to do was walk 3 steps. Mr. Wellington, why did you not use the phone that was right in front of you? Order! Order! What does reporting the crime of a little late prove for the defense? The witness can't explain what he was doing for those 15 minutes. That is reason enough to throw suspicion on his testimony. Yes, this is very true. What do you have to say for yourself, witness? Then I bet this phone really is his, Nick. You must have killed Dustin to get his phone back. But Maggie said that she was going to return it to him. So there was no reason for him to kill for it. And on top of that, we still have the phone that she found anyway. But if he wasn't looking for his cell phone, maybe he was looking for something else. Was he? Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Do you have any thoughts you would like to share with the court? Can you offer an explanation as to what the witness was doing during those 15 minutes? Oh, I have an idea. There's only one possible explanation. Alright, let's hear your explanation. However, be forewarned that if your explanation is not persuasive, you will be penalized. Think carefully before you present, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I probably shouldn't have said there was one possibility. Please present to the court the one piece of evidence that will answer the following. Why didn't the witness call the police right away? This. No, it isn't. I feel like this is a trap question. No, I have no idea. I'm afraid it's too early to say anything for sure at this time, because it would penalize me by 1. I see, Mr. Payne. Will we be hearing further testimony from the prosecution? No, Your Honor, that is all. Oh, crud. This witness has said that he saw the defendant commit the crime at the crime scene. While it is true that the witness was not wearing his glasses at the time, court feels that since he was near the culprit, positive identification is possible, which means the guilt of the defendant has been sufficiently sustained. What? Nick, you have to do something before it's too late. Wait. As the action of Mr. Wellington, the defense would like to propose an explanation. I thought the defense had just finished proving that this couldn't be explained. No, there's one possibility. Alright, let's hear your explanation. Alright, so we have to do this anyway. Glasses were broken. Mr. Wellington! What? Don't do that. You almost gave me a heart attack. These are your glasses, aren't they? Ah, where did you find? Gah! I believe the court all heard what you just confessed to. That these glasses are in fact yours. I'll tell you where they were found, Mr. Wellington. These glasses were found under the victim's body. Under the victim's body? Order! Order! Now, wait a second, hold on. I didn't confess or confirm anything. Your Honor, I think the answer is quite clear here. As he fell, Dustin Prince grabbed the culprit's glasses. The culprit knew that he had to find his glasses and search frantically for them. What he didn't realize was that they were under the victim's body. And that is why it took him 15 minutes to make that call. Mr. Wright, are you indicting the witness as the real murderer? Of course. That is precisely what I'm doing. Ooh, ah. I know I'm right. He is the real murderer. Did you figure it out, Nick? More or less. Turns out the cell phone was the key to this case after all. Anyway, now is our chance to deep six this guy. I'll sink him in one shot. Yeah. This is so exciting watching you work again. Somehow my old self is coming back to me. Time to sink or swim, everything rests on the edge of a knife. The moment I've been waiting for. Order! Order! Your Honor, the defense. The defense is making a mockery of this court. Without any solid ground to stand on, he accuses the witness of being the murderer. Yeah, that's right. I'm no criminal. This third-rate fraud of a lawyer. In that case, why don't we look at it from a different perspective? Let's hear your explanation as to why you are not the murderer. Why, that's easy. For example, there's, the name of the victim. Name the victim wrote. What about that? Oh, you mean the name Maggie? Yeah, even an idiot like you can read that, right? But we already know this was not written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is Maggie, and the victim was left-handed. In other words, in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name on the ground. But, wouldn't that mean the real criminal was someone the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would that person know her name was Maggie? Maggie. That is a good point. The witness didn't even know of Miss Bird before this trial. Ah, I forgot. Was there any way this creep could have known Maggie's name beforehand? There was a way! It'd be best if I could prove that the witness had a chance to learn that the defendant's name was Maggie. Now will the defense please present its case? How could the witness have known the defendant's name? Mr. Wellington, you didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct? So what if I didn't? When you realized you had lost it, what did you do? What did I do? Didn't you try to find it by calling it? Why, how did you... Your Honor, these questions have nothing to do with... Overruled. Mr. Wright, where are you going with this line of questioning? Do you think there is some relation between the witness's cell phone and the murder? I do, Your Honor. On the day of the murder, Maggie Bird picked up a lost phone in the park. And she also received a phone call from the owner of the phone. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. You can call me Maggie. That was when you learned that her name was Maggie. But you made one fatal mistake. Fatal mistake? My client's name is Maggie, but the name that was written on the ground was Maggie. This is a mistake that could only occur if all you knew was how her name sounded. Eek! Order! Order! But Your Honor, the witness has no motive. And your point is? Very simple, Your Honor. A person usually would not kill someone without a reason. Mr. Wellington had no reason to kill anyone. That is absolutely correct. I don't have a motive. Mr. Wright. Your Honor, can you explain what motive this witness could have had? It's very simple, Your Honor. Are you sure, Nick? I said I can't offer an explanation, then the trial's over, right? Yeah, but... Now then, please present to this court proof that the witness had a motive. Mr. Wellington's motive is right here. What is this? A list? These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the phone the defendant found. And we have determined that the people on this list are members of a certain group. You looked up all those numbers? Of course. This list of numbers was stored in the cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to people who are members of a certain con artists group. What? Con artists? Can you explain why these numbers were on your phone, Mr. Wellington? This is an outrage, an invasion of privacy. Looking up the phone numbers on a person's phone is a worse crime than murder. You're... Here we go. I don't care, Mr. Wellington. All I want is for you to tell us what this list is about. You think any of you know what it's like to be a refined man such as me? Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness. Objection overruled. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Why would the witness have the numbers of the group of con artists on his phone? Isn't that obvious? The witness is a member of that group. Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group. No! All of your friends' phone numbers are stored right here on this phone. If anyone were to look into these phone numbers, it would be all over for you. That is why you had to kill. No! This is too much! That does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain? I got you now. That police officer. Your Honor. What is it, Mr. Payne? Your Honor, this is... This is unjustified badgering of the witness. You just said that. You said the exact same thing only a few seconds ago. Please. Please, let's think about the content of that phone call. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up. I can give this back. The defendant had already promised that she would return the phone. After that, all that Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Miss Bird to get his phone back. Why then would he need to kill anyone? That is a valid point. What does the defense think about this? If you think about it logically, then it makes sense. Then maybe we should be thinking outside the box. Yeah, if we think like that, let's see. Maybe that slime ball saw something at the crime scene that made him commit murder. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? Well, I don't think Mr. Wellington went to pick up his phone in a very friendly manner. But he was promised his phone, so why would he have been unfriendly to the defendant? I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him when he got there. Well then, Mr. Wright, what was this something that didn't agree with the witness? What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim. The victim? You mean Dustin Prince? Dustin Prince had gone on his date right after his shift was over. No time to change. He went to the park, still wearing his police uniform. Oh! The girl that picked up my phone is with a policeman. He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone. If I do anything suspicious, he might run a check on my phone. In his mind, it was possible they had already run a check on the phone. And he went into a panic. Is that what you're saying? Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in a uniform. Mr. Payne, do you have any comments? I'm thinking. It seems the truth has come out at last. The witness, Mr. Wellington, you are... Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Impressive, not bad for a person with a third-rate education. What is that supposed to mean? The evidence. Evidence. Oh, that guy is really creeping me out. All you've been waving around and talking about is that suspicious cell phone. Suspicious phone number. This suspicious con group that. They're all on that phone. But who's to say that phone is really mine? Where's your proof? Your evidence? Want proof this phone is yours? Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. I already told you earlier. That phone I lost, I've already found it. You don't have even the slightest idea who the phone in your hand belongs to. But you can be sure it isn't mine, you simpleton. What? It feels good to see you squirm. We do seem to have a problem on our hands with this phone. Whose phone is it? Without knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence. Your Honor, this is bad. I can't let him turn the tables on me like this. The cell phone. There has to be something I've overlooked. Got to be. Maybe. I don't think fingerprints are gonna work. I don't know why, but it doesn't sound like it. This phone has the names and numbers of those in the con group in its memory. I can show them to you, Your Honor. I don't believe this. What are you talking about? What we are trying to determine is who that phone belongs to. Who cares about what the phone numbers are stored on? Besides, who knows, maybe you went and added some of those numbers in yourself. The witness is quite right. I'm afraid I have to reject the defense's proposal. Sure, that jerk is back to his arrogant, annoying self again. Fingerprints? We're gonna do a fingerprint check. I got it. We should check for fingerprints. Fingerprints? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on this phone. Nick, don't you remember? When you got that from Maggie, you wiped it off. I what? Said there was sand all over it, so... wiped it? I wiped it? Pretty thoroughly, too. Ah ha 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 ha. It's oh so much fun watching third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves. Ah, he's made a complete recovery. How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here, you see. Oh, and incidentally, you can't check the numbers stored on this phone. It must have glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared. You've got to be joking. He erased all the numbers I was going to use as evidence. Mr. Wellington. What's this? By the tone of your voice, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you. Where did you finally find your cell phone? Ah, oh, you are too much. And of course, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh my now I remember. Huh. Looks like they hung up. Ah, good. I finally found it. So that's when. What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes? Nick, we've worked so hard to get this far, but if you don't do something quick, he's going to get off scot-free. I know. I know this phone has to be his. But how am I supposed to prove something like that? Mr. Wright, you cannot prove who the owner of that cell phone is. Your indictment has no basis, and therefore no power. Looks like you came up a penny short. Where? Where did I go wrong? Don't blame yourself, you're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? That's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet. Who I am? The court hereby concludes the cross-examination. Hehehe. If that will be all, I'll have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at that ultra-fancy restaurant on the upper side of town. Thank you for your assistance. You've had a stressful day, so please, bon appetit. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let it go at that? Objection! Please wait, Your Honor. Alright, Nick. I think I may be able to prove it. Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright? I don't know what I'm proving. You don't know Maya's age. Everything. Your Honor, the cross-examination has already ended. Besides, the defense is just going to badger the witness with more insane questions. Or inane questions, not... There was no S there. You will not harass the witness. Is that clear, Mr. Wright? Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney. Please, Your Honor. Very well. But this is your last chance, Mr. Wright. You may present one piece of evidence to the court. You only get one shot at this. You cannot prove everything. It's over, for your client and for you. Do you fully understand? Yes, I'm sure you are well aware, Your Honor, but the cross-examination period has ended. Were you paying attention, Mr. Payne? I said that Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence. Oh. Now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance. All comes down to this, it's go time. Please present the one piece of evidence that will explain everything. My business card, no. Maybe. Probably not. I don't know, I'm gonna present it anyway. Why, thank you, how nice. Here, please have one of mine. What is this? Wait, what am I doing? This isn't the time to be exchanging business cards. Quickly, look at the judge's business card. Written in fancy script, the ink is strong and clear, but I still can't read it. Your Honor, there is something very important about that card, and that is the back of the card. This card is important because of what is on the back. You wrote your cell phone number on the back, but that's exactly it. Can you please call this number from your cell phone? Right now? But court is still in session. It's okay, you'll see. Okay, if you say so. If the defense preparing something, is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright? We're going to call my cell phone now. And then the court will see everything for what it is. Of all the idiotic, stupid things to do. Ah! What? Why is my phone? What is with this stupid sounding ringtone? Mr. Wellington. How strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone. Your? Ah! No, 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 no. It can't. By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further, except to say, when you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one. Ah! He's dead. Rip. So that is what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington. He is a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone, and in order to hide his involvement with the con artists group, he has become paranoid and lost all ability to make rational judgments. Then Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding, it's Mr. Wellington's, naturally. Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne? Ah, he was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird, not guilty. That is all. The court is adjourned. I knew that the real you would shine through eventually. I'm so moved by what you've done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this. It's probably because of me. Huh? My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Your whole life? It can't be that bad, can it? since I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've ever taken, and experienced almost every kind of disaster, and never won or even tied a game of tic-tac-toe. My life has really been nothing but a string of disasters. That is, pretty bad. Up until I went to college, I was known as the Goddess of Misfortune. And then, at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless. Lady Luckless? What's worse is that my misfortune always seemed to latch into those around me. What do you mean? When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help. Ah, that's right, you were talking about this earlier. Happened again recently too, sir. There was an old lady pacing back and forth by the pedestrian crosswalk. I gave her my hand and, before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house. Oh. I'm sure that Dustin's gone because of me. That's not true. That glove didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It was just a present to say thanks for covering one of my night shifts. Oh, I see. Everything is all my fault. Dustin's death, your head being all messed up. Well, I don't think my head is that messed up yet. I'm going to find a new life for myself, starting now. The next time we meet, I'm sure I'll have found a whole ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir. Yeah, after all, the Goddess of Misfortune is only a name. You bet, I'm gonna make it. I promise. Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess. Yeah, that's the spirit. Well, Mr. Wright, Maya, I should get going. Okay, good luck to you. Thanks. You take care of yourselves too. But what about the card? Oh, what a horrible day. I've gotten my memory back, but things are still a little fuzzy. But you're okay, and that's what counts. You really had me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office. I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So this might sound bad, but who are you? What? I thought you said you got your memory back. At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Detective Gumshoe, he's someone I've had clashes with in the past during certain cases. He's also been a good ally during others. The judge, he's a lovable, kind old man who is easily swayed by other people's opinions. In the end, he always comes up with the right verdict. This person, I haven't got a clue. He seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaking me for someone else? And this girl, Maya? You finally remembered! This is Maya Fang, my assistant. That's right, I have so many unforgettable memories about her. For example, Earth to Nick, what's wrong? You keep staring at me. Don't tell me you've missed me. Well, yeah, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. Oh? Well, I'm back now. So it's time for us to create new memories together. Alright, sounds good. All the phone numbers on my phone were erased by Mr. Wellington. I guess I have to start over from the very beginning. Come on, Nick. Let's go to our usual burger joint. Okay. Actually, it hasn't even been that long since she came back into my life. And that story began on one rainy afternoon 2 months ago. That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. Only fair, isn't it? Innie? I finally get to see you again, and it's not your fault. You didn't do it. No, I did it. I killed that person. But that wasn't you. Doesn't matter. Might as well have been me. Can't believe something like this happened. The events of that gloomy, rainy afternoon that started this whole mess keep playing through my mind. What depressing rain. Alright, I'm gonna go to the title screen. Thanks for watching. This is the end. I'm gonna go to bed. Who can I host? That's good.